Hello everybody and welcome back. Today I'm going to teach you how to do a double jump and a super jump in Unreal Engine 4. So if you have ever played Mario, you know that if you're going to press space and if you're going to hold it, you're going to jump higher. We are going to try to do the same thing, but we're not going to do it on pressed, we are going to do it on released. Okay, so let's start, and I think you're going to understand what I'm meaning right here. So let's get into our character, open blueprint editor, and right here I've got rid of the jump part and all the stuff, so you should do the same. Here I'm going to tap jump and get the action event jump. Okay, so for the double jump, what we need to do is here get a do n. So we are going to be able to press space and fire from the exit right here as many times as we are going to see here. So we are going to need it 2. So we are going to be able to fire this event right here 2 times. Okay, so from counter get switch on integer. So now the first time we press this, it is going to be 1. The second time it is going to be 0. So this node right here is going to execute the pin that has the exact same integer. So when we are going to press 1, the n is going to be 1. So we are going to fire from the n execute node. Okay, so from here, let's launch our character. I think you can use jump as well, but I prefer launching the character in the air. So let's say 400. Remember that you can change its values as much as you want. Okay, and from the second or the node, drag another launch character with the same values. Or if you want to have a higher jumping or lower jumping on the second jump, you can, let's say, type here 200, or let's make this 400 again, and let's make this 600. Okay, so now we jump once, we jump the second time, it is going to be less. Okay, so as you can see now, we can't jump anymore. So in order to do that, we need to get here event on landed. Okay, so now we need to connect this into the reset. So when we're going to land on a surface, so that meaning that we are not going to be falling anymore, we are going to reset this. So the starting n will be 0. So we are going to reset this to be 0 once again. Okay, we can't jump anymore, and now, as you can see, we are able to jump. So this is pretty much all for the double jumping. Let's get onto the super jumping. So we need to unplug this from here. Unplug the event on edit as well. Okay. So from released, what we need to do is to launch our character. Go here and split the struct pin so we can work with the launch velocity z only. Let it 0, and out of here drag a float multiplied by a float. Make this as big as you want. Actually, I'm going to set it to be 1000. Why I'm going to set it this big? Because let's say we are holding the space button down, and let's say we hold it for half a second. We are going to multiply this with 0.5. So this is going to be 500. That's why if we had 400 right here, then we would have after all 200 if it would be 0.5. Okay, so now let's create the custom event. So add custom event. I'm going to call this jump z. Okay, so I can't do that. Let's call this event jump that's because I have a variable right here called exactly like that, because I have tested this before the tutorial, just to make sure I'm not messing up something right here. Okay, so now let's create a function. I'm going to call this, I don't know, let's say function jump that. Okay, get controller, and out of the return value get time input time down. Input time. Okay, so key, no, let's say get player controller. Yeah, so make sure you get the player controller. Okay, and out from here, input key down. Okay, now this one, so time input, get input key down, that's what we need. So now we can measure how much we have pressed one button. So get from the key, yeah, the space bar, if I can type correctly. So space bar, and as I told you, create a new variable, make it a float, and let's set this. Okay, and from the return value from the get input key down, plug that into the set z jump z. Okay, so now we are going to set this variable to be as high as our input key time down. So if we are going to hold the spacebar for 0.5 seconds, our jump z is going to have a value of 0.5. So that's exactly what we need. Now get your variable right here and plug this into this node right here. Okay, so let's see if this is working. Okay, so at the moment it's not working. So, oh yeah, it's not working because we are not calling this function. So what we need to do here is set timer by function name. I've noticed that we're using this node quite often in our tutorials right here. So just copy the name of the function name of the function and paste it right here. I'm going to make the time as small as I can. So let's say 0.05. Make sure it is looping. And now this should work. Okay, so the moment it's not working because we are not calling the event. My bad. Okay, so let's call event jump z. Now this should be working. Okay, so as you can see, now I'm going to be able to jump as high as I want. So let's make it a bigger number. I'm going to make it bigger. And I'm going to print a string from the event tick. So I can see my jump z. So get this right here, get a print string, plug the event tick into the print string, make the duration to be 0, and plug the jump z into the string. So now let's see. Okay, so now it's 1 and we are jumping really high. And as you can see, we can do this even when we are in error, which is not really what we want. So let's see if I can make this right, which I should be able. So let's get a do n once again. Okay, make this one, switch on integer. Okay, add a pin, add one more pin. So actually, let me explain something here. 0 is going to do nothing every time because our do n starts with 0. So we don't want this to happen automatically. Okay, so plug the 1 into the launch character. So now we should be able to do this only once. Okay, so as you can see, we can't jump anymore. Let's get the event onLedIt and plug this into the reset. So let's see if this is working. Okay, so I can jump once, I can't jump in the air, and now as you can see, I can jump once again. Of course, if you want, you can even clamp the float value, so you can, let's say, make the value okay, so you can make the jump z variable to be able to be at maximum 2 and at minimum, let's say, 1. So maybe that way you can use both double jump and the super jump at the same time. So yeah, I think that this is pretty much all for this tutorial. So yeah, I don't think there should be any problem with this blueprint. I think it should all be working just good. So yeah guys, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like the video, and if you have learned something new, please consider subscribing to my channel. I would be really happy if you would do that. So guys, until next time, goodbye.